Spit to the beat. Podcast. It's all about the music industry.
Nobody do it better. And welcome to Spit to the Beat podcast. I'm your host, Stacey, aka Be Unstoppable Perrier. Definitely, we are live in the studio. Go to my Facebook page at Stacey Be Unstoppable Perrier and Stacey Spit to the Beat Perrier. Log in so you can catch this show right now. We are live in full effect in the studio. Also on my YouTube channel at Spit, the number 2, DABEAT. Log in. Make sure you subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell so we can definitely keep up with all my new and latest episode of Spit to the Beat podcast. Today, I am joined live in the studio with a very, very special lady who I have grown up myself to watch. But she has been so amazing in her singing career, and she's back now, and now she's in the studio with me and joining me. And we're going to talk a little candid conversation. We're going to have a good time, reminisce, and see what is happening now in 2024. So joining me in the studio today is my guest, Lynn Diggs-Masey. How you doing?
I am well.
Good.
I have no complaints. All is well.
All is well.
Yes.
Tell my audience that may not know you, generation, I guess, behind us, a little bit about yourself and where you are now.
My name is Lynn Diggs-Masey. I've been in the music industry field for over 30 years. And I am definitely an old school singer. Season. Old school is just in my blood. It was just me being raised old school from my parents, my mother, my father. They were music beings as well. My father played the bass. My mother was a singer. So music is my background. It's in my DNA. I come from a family that my grandfather was a preacher, and we had our own family choir and all that. So I've been around music all my life.
Yeah.
It was gospel where my roots come from. Since I can remember at the age of 5. My mom said at the age of 5, I was singing around the house. So she entered me into beauty contests and competitions as far as singing. So since the age of 5, it's been me singing.
Wow.
Yeah. And I have the background as well with my mom. She was in an ensemble group and as well a choir. And when I was about 7, if you're familiar, many may be familiar with the Oris Maze.
Yeah.
I was the little girl that was on the side of the stage singing with my mom's choir at the Oris Maze show. So that's how far my roots are with singing gospel. It was just a few years after I turned 21, I met Ricky Strickland.
Is this the touch of a little R&B where it came into effect?
That's the touch of a little R&B where it came into effect. And when I tell you I was like Diana Ross on I was so scared.
Were you?
Yeah, because club is totally different from church.
Yeah.
It's a whole totally different scene. So my first endeavor with singing in a club was with Ricky Strickland, I band. and Jackie McCraven. I can't leave out Jackie McCraven because
Okay.
Ebony and Ivory
Yeah.
were those days when I started there, and they saw in me what I couldn't see in myself. So gave me an opportunity to spread my wings. I never did any of my own. I've always done cover shots, so cover songs. But hopefully in the future, we never know
Okay.
what may come about. So
Right. I mean, you full of music from since age 1 even to now. So it's not nothing new.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But definitely you had took a hiatus on us. You disappeared a little bit.
I did take a
yeah,
hiatus.
and I think everybody was wondering what happened. So what did happen?
Actually,
If you don't mind talking
no
about
problem at all. No problem at all. This is just my truth and it's just my life.
it. Yeah.
I took a hiatus because I had my son. My son is now 9 years old. So it was within 10 years that I did no singing at all in the club scene because I wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anything with my son. I do have 4 children, and my oldest being 36 and my youngest being 9. So with the 36 and the other 2 children that I have 4 in all.
Okay.
But with the other 3, I missed out on so much because I was working 2 jobs and then as well singing and traveling on the roads, going out to different places and stuff. But with them, I felt like God gave me another chance because I'm 54 now. I had him when I was 45.
Okay.
So I felt like God gave me another chance to make sure I was doing right by my son. So that's the reason of the 9-year hiatus.
Okay. So now that you're back, what's the direction that you're taking now? Your new approach, I would say, back into the music scene.
I'm kind of easing back in. Now I'm just at church, but I do
because before you disappeared on us. I mean, you were singing all over the city, on stages and stuff like that, in different arenas and everything. So now that you coming back, so you said you're gonna ease on into it. And
I'm easing back into it. Right now, I'm just doing private settings like private parties or birthday parties, weddings, and I just every weekend there's not a Saturday that doesn't go by that I'm possibly doing a funeral. So, but with the club scene, I'm easing back into that. It's been hard. It's been hard, yeah. Because Memphis crowd could be something else, But
when they haven't seen you in a while, they be like, but we still though we are so receptive to people. That's the sort of hospitality that we get. And we've not to say anything to forgive you for, but we do forgive very easily and accept our own back. So I don't see you having that problem.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited. Now I do have people that follow me and they genuinely love me. Love me for being me. And I can only be myself. Right. I can't be anybody else. I can't take on the place of anybody else because that means that I wouldn't be being true to myself. So what I have is what I have to offer. And I'm strictly R&B. I'm old school to the bone. So, and I'm not saying the new school is not where it's at. So hopefully some doors will open. I do have some people that's talking to me about writing songs that's in Memphis. So hopefully we can get that started and we can try to see where things go from there.
Okay. So we may have some projects in the works.
We may have some projects
for 2024.
For 2024.
Sounds good.
There's some grand possibilities that's going to come about. I can say that.
Okay. We'll take a short break. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit more about the music. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
You're listening to Spit to the Beat podcast with your host, the one, the only Stacy B. Unstoppable Puryear.
Hey, this is Stacy, aka Beat Unstoppable Puryear with Spit to the Beat podcast. Would you like to be my guest if you're a singer, songwriter, musician, producer, or promoter? Give me a call at 901-341-6777 or email me at myguest@spittothebeat.com. And we're back to Spit to the Beat podcast. I'm your host, Stacy, aka Be Unstoppable Puryear, and joining me live in the studio, my very special guest, Miss. Can I just say Jolene?
You sure can.
Okay,
that's me.
I know that's all the way I used to call you, Jolene.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my name. That's been my stage name. That's just been me all around.
Yeah, yeah.
Jolene is fine.
Jolene. All right. Look, we left off. You was talking about you easing your way back into music and everything. So now, what is your main approach? What you gonna do? Are you gonna come out full force now since we're in like 2 months, 3 months into the year?
I'm sliding in. I
Uh,
have a few engagements that are scheduled for me to perform at. One is being at the Hideaway, and right there off of Brooks Road, down the street from Classic Hits, and
yeah.
I will as well be at Classic Hits,
Okay.
opening up for a few Memphis artists as well.
Mm.
Um,
Any upcoming dates on that?
yes, Hideaway is going to be this month on the 10th,
Okay.
and the Classic Hits is going to be this
That's
month.
this Saturday.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. I'm sorry, not the 10th, the 16th.
16.
The
Okay.
16th.
Okay.
Yes. And I will be at Classic Hits on the 13th.
Okay.
Just on a Sunday, if I'm not mistaken.
Is this something regular or just some couple just spots for right now?
Just a couple of spots for right now.
Okay.
I don't want to be overbearing.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm kind of slowly easing myself back in. Back then I had no other choice, but now I have a choice to choose.
Since they know that you are back, they've been welcoming you all over. Now they just when you gonna come, when you gonna come.
Yes, yes. I have quite a few that DM me and ask me when am I going to be back out. So I try to, be attentive towards that. For the ones that are still with me and following me, I appreciate it so much. And you just don't know. I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Because people don't have to be kind and people
That's
don't
right.
have to love on you. But I'm
Right.
grateful for all the love that I do receive. So
Great. Look, I know you just said earlier you was talking about old school. You old school music,
yes.
R&B. Who was some of your influence?
Oh my
Music
gosh.
influence.
I have a plethora of so many influences. Gladys Knight, Aretha Franklin, Tina Turner, not James. It's just so many of them. I don't have just one in particular. Whitney Houston is my by far favorite though.
Yes.
I just love music, period. I love country music
Really?
all together. I do.
Really? Okay.
I listen to a little country.
Okay.
All around.
Mm-hmm.
Just music, period. Because music is a healing mechanism. And you find peace in some music, So
yeah,
that's been my go-to when I've been at a point where I've probably don't feel well, or it's always something that I can put on, whether it be gospel, R&B, country, blues, or whatever. It's always something to be found in music that can heal.
Yeah.
So I find that to be a blessing from God.
Okay.
If you have that, that in you to create something that's truly from you, from your soul, because what's from the soul reaches the soul.
Yeah.
So I'm a firm believer of that. So sometimes music is meant to be just that for you, that healing process.
Right.
Going through that healing process.
I mean, you have been through some stuff in your life not so long ago, recently, and
Right.
The music helped you get through.
It did.
Did it?
It has and is.
And
that. Yes. Yes.
It's still going.
It's still going.
Okay,
Yes.
awesome. Let's talk. Have you had any memorable moments? I'm talking about the time before you stopped singing on stage or anything, or interacting with any other artists.
Yes.
You had?
Yes. There are a few artists that we open up for, but this one particular one that I am reminded of daily, we opened up for Willie Hutch.
Okay.
And I actually had a chance to sit on the couch and speak with Willie Hutch.
What y'all talk about?
Oh my goodness. When I in my mind's eye, I was just really picturing Willie Hutch to be this guy that was pretty much like on the movies, like on the movies that he had his music going towards. I mean, just that pimped out type. He was gonna come in and he was gonna look like a real cat daddy, but to my surprise, he was just a regular human being. He came in, kind of, short man, kind of heavy set, had a little afro, and was very soft spoken, So I asked him at that time. I had some albums, some vinyl albums that I needed him to sign for me. Asked him would he autograph them for me, and he did. He autographed them for me, and we sat and we had a conversation. He said he at home in New Orleans,
So he was real down to earth.
down to
Because
earth,
I mean, you know how you run into some of these stars and
they don't want to be
they
bothered.
be divas, like
Yes.
male and female.
Yes,
Yeah.
most definitely. But he sat down on the couch with me, and we just had the conversation. He was saying that because of young people, which brought the Mac back out. You know, so that's what made his royals be paid for him. So he was saying, if I don't ever work another job, y'all made it possible for me to be able to sit at home on my couch because he got those royalty checks coming in the mail from us listening
From
to the
the
Mac.
Mac, yeah.
Yes. And he was just saying how grateful he was. And that was just a memorable moment for me because he took that time out for a little old me to have a conversation with me.
Was it
He said, "Okay."
educational
It
as well?
very much was.
Yeah.
It was something that I'll take with me forever. You know, so I've learned through that even though sometimes when you get so big, you still have to be in that place where you're yet a human. You know, so that was outstanding for me. I'm forever grateful for that one.
Good. Now, that's very memorable. Let's talk a little bit. We was talking before we started the show. You was talking about doing you have started a nonprofit.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, my nonprofit is, and I have a couple of businesses that's getting ready to
Okay, just go right on
shoot
into
up
everything.
off the ground.
Tell us all about it. Because we missed you for 9 years.
Yes, God had a plan.
Yeah.
So with taking care of my son, and then the pandemic came about.
True.
And we all had to get into that place to where we had to find something that was, you know, because during that time singing was kind of shut off unless you needed by way of social media. And God gave me the vision of My Truth and Mahogany Roots. And with that, can I show my cup?
Yes. Let's put it on the screen.
Where would I?
Right here. You good right there in that camera.
Okay. This is the cup that I have. My Roots is actually the nonprofit, and that's because of the people. When I went through a very traumatic circumstance with my marriage.
Okay.
And now it's been like 3 years, and I was at a point to where I felt like I just wasn't gonna be able to see today. And with the people that was in my circle, my friends that were in my circle, be it male or female, that encouraged me on a daily basis, because I really felt like I felt like I had gotten it right this time, you know. But me being that person that felt like I got right, but he didn't have the same thing, that we weren't on the same page.
Okay.
So it was very detrimental to me when I lost it. It was sort of like a loss. And I took that very hard. I had people to pour into me, to encourage me, to call me on a daily basis, get me out the house. So that's where my Mahogany Roots comes from. It's just an empowerment, nonprofit organization.
So not only you started, but it has empowered you as well.
It has.
Yeah.
It has. And when I began to share on my social media page, I came up with the My Truth. This is the My Truth. So as you see, the logo is as a woman with the roots and the leaves.
That's powerful.
So as a tree, every day I step out my door, God gave me trees. Your trees can be your blessing.
Woo.
You have to connect with nature.
Yeah.
The roots are the people that I've been connected with.
Okay.
Be it that it's from my family, my friends, enemies, frenemies. Those are the roots. But the positive parts of those roots are the people that encourage you to make it and go on a little bit further.
Yes.
So My Truth is going to be a journal book. And that journal book is going to be able to have you to write anything that you feel like is your truth.
Okay.
For you to make it on a day-to-day basis. That's how it made me. That's how I got to the point to where I am now today. Because if you had got me a last year or 2 years ago, you wouldn't have got the same Jolene. So I'm no longer her. I'm a new being.
Yeah.
You know, like the Father said, the Redeemer, he has redeemed me. So I feel like it's now my time to be able to tell my truth, whether it be good or bad, because that's a part of me.
Yeah.
So, and I've always been honest about me.
That's amazing. Truly amazing what you got going on with your nonprofit and
Thank
everything.
you.
And how it's going to empower, not only already empower you, but you're going to empower other women.
Yes.
You know, that may have experienced, setbacks and tragedies and stuff like that, where it been marriage or loss of family member and stuff like that, and they need to
Correct.
empower. So the music gonna play a part with it as well, as far as we talk about healing.
It will.
Yeah, yeah.
It will.
So I mean, I don't know how you make that transition, incorporate that with it. How would you do that?
Well, my vision with my empowerment brunch is going to be an empowerment brunch that I'm going to do, and I'm going to have a few artists to come in,
Okay.
and as well as speakers that may have been through the same circumstance or came through,
Mm-hmm.
going through or came through same circumstances. They'll be able to speak with men and women that are going through, certain situations where they feel like they can't go on or couldn't go on. So music will be a part of that as well.
Okay.
Um, I'm not sure who my lineup will be, but it will be coming soon. It will be coming soon. But I know most definitely this year we're going to be able to do the brunch.
Okay.
So I'm working on my team as far as getting everything set up.
Any planning date so far?
I haven't set a date yet,
Okay.
but I'm shooting for when it gets warm, possibly the summertime. So the brunch is going to be actually a gift from me back to them.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, we're gonna take another short break and we're gonna come right back and talk a little bit more about what's keeping you inspired
Okay.
since after coming back after 9 years, disappearing on us.
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Thank you for listening to Spit to the Beat podcast. Want to know how you can help? Be a sponsor by going to our website at www.spittothebeatpodcast.com and click the support tab. You can also join us each and every week live at YouTube at Spit to the Beat. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow. Thank you for your support.
And we're back to Spit to the Beat podcast. I'm your host, Stacey, aka Be Unstoppable Purrier, and joining me live in the studio, my very special guest, Miss Lynn, in the building with me one-on-one. We just talking, and the conversation is so awesome, so powerful.
Bless
Let's talk about what is your motivation now?
you. Wow. Love.
Okay,
I
wow.
still love love.
Yeah.
Love is a wonderful thing for me.
Mhm.
Whether it be relationship wise, family wise, I just believe in love itself.
Mhm. Was it in a moment during your time of transition before, in between, then coming back, that you felt you lost love?
I did. I did.
Talk about it.
With love in a relationship and music wise as well.
Yeah, talk about
Yeah.
it.
So that kind of hurt that I experienced, I
Uh-huh.
would never I wouldn't want anyone to, go through that. But it's something that we all have to, you know. Um there was a point where I felt like I had given up.
Okay.
And if it was for it was the reason that I was motivated not to give up because of my son. And he told me that he needed me more than anyone else needed me.
Wow.
So him being at the age he was, that's why I said I know that it was nobody but God that sent him in my life. That's why I had to take that break to make sure that I, loved on him. And he was helping me as well as I was helping him.
Yeah.
So, yeah. He seen me in some times where
Some
I
dark
was
times.
very dark times.
Yeah.
And every time I would get it to that point, he'd be like, Mama, you all right? He'll come and check on me. Mama, you good? You okay? Would pray for me. Yes. Would lay his hands on me and would pray for me. And would speak life to me.
Okay.
As a child. So from the mouths of babes, as God would say.
Yeah.
Sometimes he used them for particular reasons as well. So he basically saved my life. So yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
man, that's a testimony within itself. Have you had a chance to tell someone about that testimony, or
I haven't.
but
I
I'm
haven't.
sure it's coming, baby. When you get
It's coming.
because someone needs to hear it.
They do.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
do.
Will they
Yes.
hear it through your nonprofit as well?
They will. They
Okay,
will.
okay. I see how it's all teaming
Yeah.
up now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Let's talk about a little bit of your involvement with music. And you say you've been involved in music for over 30 years plus, coming back singing.
Yes.
I feel that you're coming back with a more deeper, that's gonna resonate with the audience that's listening to you now with your music.
Yeah.
And I feel that you're gonna put all that into your songs now. How do you feel that you have evolved with your singing now, or you still coming in?
I feel like this point in time of my life, there has been so much to go on.
Mhm.
So I see things with brand new eyes. I no longer see the glass as half empty. It's full to me. It's half full to me. So with that being said, I want to use my life experiences to help the next person.
Mhm.
Um, my encouragement through other women and men that may have gone through this, their stories of helping someone else or being so true with themselves that, sometimes we try to hide things
Right.
because we don't want people to know exactly what it is that you're going through, but that's a part of life,
Yeah.
and if you don't share those things to let people know that you had a testimony, your test was your testimony. If you don't let people know that your testimony, because your testimony is for a person, for a reason, to help that person through life. So, just life experience,
Mhm.
life experiences. And I think that's the best teacher there is.
It is. It is. What do you enjoy most about? I know when you was performing before. Again, I say before then
Mhm.
and now, uh, performing live. Do you miss it?
Oh, wow. Live music is everything for me.
Yeah.
It gives you a chance to uniquely be yourself.
Mhm.
Uh,
Do you connect with the audience as well
yes,
when you're live?
yes. One of the main reason why I love now, my favorite spot was, as far as entertaining people, was Memphis Sounds,
Okay.
because it was so intimate and
Yes.
they were so close up on us. We King Ellis and I, we used to call it the living room. And in the living room, at home, when you're in the living room, you're just comfortable, you're being yourself. So with that being said, every weekend, every weekend that people came, we had people coming so far out, just to hear us sing live. But that experience of being in a live setting
Mhm.
with people that connect with you, and you're able to sing something, and somebody could come up to you at the end of the show and say, "Girl, you what church you go to, or what you go to church?" Because we ain't feel nothing but church in that. So
Yeah.
just to be able to give something to somebody to help them release that pain or that whatever they were dealing with at that moment, to be able to release it and enjoy life to the fullest during that moment. So live music to me is just that. It
Yeah.
gives you that oomph to
And
feel like you can make it a little bit further.
and you build that connection.
You build that connection.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
So it's more like family to me.
okay.
It's more like family to me. So I like
You
Muncie.
feel right at home when
I
you're on
feel
set.
that, yes. I feel
Okay.
at home.
Yeah.
That's just, and then especially during that time when I was working a lot, that was my moment to release all that I was going through. So it was like a release moment for me.
Mhm.
So uh it's been times that I've been on stage and I done completely been in tears because, I felt some kind of way, and then
Mhm.
this music that I was singing resonates on what I was experiencing. So to release it
Yeah.
was everything for me.
Yeah.
So it's been a grand teacher for me.
That's
I
it.
love live music. There's nothing like live music.
Good. 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 Two other questions. What's Jolene goal for 2024?
Oh wow. To get the businesses up now, because I'm doing the nonprofit, and then I'm doing the journalist books. I hope to write a book as well.
Mhm.
And I want to I'm opening up a t-shirt company as well. I do have a business that's on board with me.
Okay.
Um there's a lot of things that I'm trying to put my hands in. I'm stirring the pot.
There you go.
I'm allowing God to give me my visions and let me see my visions prominent. You know, because everybody's not gonna see your vision and they're not gonna agree with your visions. But as long as you are in agreement with, you know, what He gives you. But now with that test, He gonna make sure you go through the test to see if that's what you really want to do. So,
Right.
so I'm prepared for that test. You know, if I fail, I fail. If I can at least say that I tried. You know, so
And that's all He asks of us.
that's all He asks.
At least walk by faith
Walk by faith.
and not by sight.
That's it.
And I'm with you.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
I see. It's live and living color right here. This is
Thank
wonderful. I think this is a wonderful thing that you're doing.
you so much. I really
Yes.
appreciate that. And I put my heart into it because I want to bring my goal is to definitely to make this a platform for artists, where they're entertainers, actors, actors, singers, songwriters, and stuff like
Right.
that, where they can come and tell their story, and also get them exposure as well as I get exposure too.
Exactly.
And we build a relationship, long-term relationship. So this definitely what the whole Spit to the Beat podcast is all about.
Okay.
A platform for singers, songwriters, producers, and stuff like that. So definitely appreciate that. Now, hey, where can people find you? Where are you listed again? Where they can book you and all that stuff? Are you ready for that or what?
Like I said, I'm slowly sliding into it. I do
Okay.
have a page that's set up if you would like to book me.
Mhm.
Jolene Diggs, songstress diva, social media, and Jolene Diggs Massey on both are on Facebook. One is Instagram and one is Facebook. So however you can find me, if I'm available and I am able to, you know, get with you and talk to you about doing something here in Memphis, it'll be greatly appreciated.
Most definitely.
Greatly
Most definitely.
appreciated.
All right, folks, there you have it. Miss Jolene in the studio with me, live in full effect. Hey, awesome. Job.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on Spit to the Beat podcast. Stay with me as I wrap up the show, okay?
Okay.
Thank you for watching Spit to the Beat podcast. Catch us again next week for another live episode of Spit to the Beat podcast.